Sunday, September 27th, 1987. Audition day. I can't believe I'm going to play music with Sting this afternoon. Hell, I can't believe I'm even getting a chance to meet the guy. Earlier in the week, a well-meaning friend had tried to steady my nerves with, "Just remember, Jeff, if things don't work out, there'll always be other gigs." I appreciated his attempt at preemptive consolation, but we both knew life doesn't offer an endless supply of opportunities of this caliber. Today feels like my Super Bowl or Oscar night. I worked damn hard to get here. Who knows when or if I'll ever get another shot like this. Ready for battle, I hailed a cab for my short but fateful journey down to SIR Studios on West 25th Street. My goal was to arrive fashionably early, aiming for that imaginary nanosecond that effortlessly bisects overeager and lackadaisical. The dude behind the front desk looked up from his heavy metal magazine long enough to point me toward stage 2. I nodded, took a deep breath, and pushed through the door to my future. I scanned the room and saw my patron saint Delmar holding court in the corner. I headed straight in his direction. Delmar greeted me with an affectionate bro hug before introducing me to bassist Tracy Wormworth, drummer Marvin Smitty Smith, and percussionist Steve Thornton. There was no sign of heavy hitters Branford Marsalis or Kenny Kirkland, and it would stay that way. We exchanged hellos and then did what musicians do best, make noise. We noodled around, weaving in and out of a few funky grooves as we awaited the main event. A little later, the studio door swung open and in bounced the man of the hour. I willed myself to stay calm, but my cool demeanor was a complete sham. Simply standing in the same room with Sting was blowing my Carborough mind. After being officially introduced to Elvis, we got down to business. To my surprise, the scene was relaxed and unstructured. Instead of the usual 2 or 3 songs, followed by a perfunctory, "Don't call us, we'll call you," we ended up hanging for a couple of hours. Amazingly, the audition was not your typical cattle call. Matter of fact, no other musicians showed up at all. Sting threw out random titles from his catalog as we searched for songs to play. And thanks to my painstaking preparation, I was ready for anything and everything. Meanwhile, judging from some of the shrugs around the room, it was clear my colleagues didn't share my freakish compulsion to learn every Sting song under the sun. Nobody likes a know-it-all, so I considered pulling my punches. But the stakes were too high to cede an inch. Instead, I leaned in, answering the bell song after song, even at the risk of alienating my peers. Each time Sting asked if we knew a certain tune, I'd chirp, "Sure." Sting eventually looked over at me and smiled. "Okay, Jeff, stop showing off." For better or worse, I'd made an impression. I was still soaring the next day, but resolved not to wallow in any fantasy what-ifs. Conceding my flirtation with rock stardom had probably reached its conclusion, I tried to embrace the ever-popular, but ever-hollow, "It's an honor just to be nominated." Then the phone rang. I picked up to hear, "Hi, Jeff, this is Patty LaMagna at KRT. Sting wants to know if you can come back down to SIR tomorrow." I responded with an artificially restrained yes before hanging up in a daze. I was numb. I'd gotten a call back. Sitting down so I wouldn't fall down, I trashed my earlier resolution. Unleash the hounds of fantasy. What if?
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.